Hey, 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 Tokyo shit, K. It's another episode of Sayith Loud, y'all. You know what to do. Get your wine in your wine glasses. Get your Henny in your shot glasses. Get your mixed drinks if that's what you're doing tonight. For those of y'all that ain't fucking with me, I get you. You're on quarantine with Rona. Go ahead and brew some tea. Get your lavender, your chamomile, or whatever you need. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Sayith Loud, y'all. Let's go. Episode of Sayith Loud, guys, and Intikana is back, just like he said he was going to come back to join us when he had new music. So for those of you that haven't listened to The Poet and the Pen, it's streaming now on all your favorite streaming platforms, because this is that's definitely going to be a preface to what we're going to talk about today, and there was already some heat on there. So thank you, Intikana, for joining us again. How are you?
Thank you, Karyn. I'm good. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to Sayith Loud podcast. Shout outs to the listeners and everybody tuned in.
Yeah, so our last conversation, I tell people all the time they need to go and listen to that episode, because the energy in the room was just like so quick, so natural. We didn't want to finish. We were streaming live. It was so crazy, but it was so good. Like the numbers, and people really enjoyed like listening to you and listening to who you are. But I know there's some of our listeners who didn't listen to that episode. Epic fail. So tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and like, who is Intikana?
Hey, well, peace, everybody. If you didn't see the last episode we did, I'm an artist, I'm an educator, I'm a filmmaker. I'm from the Bronx. I've been able to do my art form and live my craft for most of my life, and have been basically working with the purpose of uplifting, putting out a message in people's hearts and souls, and trying to just do my best to really solidify a legacy through music, through art, through creative expression.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, because that's all I'm about. You know what I mean? So really quickly, and I don't want to talk about Corona too long, but how has this time allowed you to perfect your craft or kind of build into what you've been doing?
Well, it's training me to focus more and more. There's a lot of things that are coming at me in terms of like, situations and obstacles and barriers and delays and all types of stuff. But, I've just been really focused on what I can control, And there are a few projects that I've been working on, silently. And, this has given me at least the time to focus on the most important one right now, which has just been, like I said, a very quiet project. But just sometimes, we have goals and we have plans that are super, super important to us, right, that we really, really want to get to. It's just we allow things to distract us, or we allow other things to take precedent before, sometimes our own dreams and wishes. So this is just allowing me to focus and choose to not be distracted, although there's still a lot happening because there's so many online experiences being created. But yeah, I'm really trying to just focus and complete things, finish things, get things done.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way people have used the platform, their different platforms, and how creative people have been in the last few weeks, with a lot of, being shut down and then saying, okay, how am I going to still work? How am I still going to get my content out? How am I still going to get my vision out? And kind of look at other mediums to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So where we were like, okay, we got to go to the movies. Now things are going straight from the movies right into, streaming and stuff like that. So let's talk about this particular project, right? Tell us about it.
So I have a new project coming out. I have some names swarming, so I haven't said a name publicly for the album yet. But basically, I released a song from it yesterday, which is titled. Well, actually, I can't say it.
Well, I mean, technically, we recorded this last night. It actually came out.
So it just came out, and basically, the song is called "Crouching Gallo, Hidden Coqui," which, if you don't know what a gallo is a rooster in Puerto Rico. In the morning when you get up, the rooster gets you up early in the morning. I remember spending my time growing up out there with my grandparents. You know, that was definitely a thing. And then the coquis, which the coquis is a little frog, which is, you know, native to Puerto Rico. And basically, you know, the song, obviously is a song, a famous movie with that title, but we switched several words to just kind of make it a fun song. The video is going to be really exciting. We're working on that. But basically, the song is hip hop. It's a hard track. It has like I don't want to compare things that it might sound like, but it basically has like in terms of the beat, it has the roughness of like a Wu-Tang kind of beat.
I love Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I love Wu-Tang too. Yeah, you know, and it has that kind of like presence, you know, and then the Asian element, like the martial arts, the African, the Boricua, Puerto Rican, like it's just in there in a way where it's like lyrical exercise, you know. It's still with the purpose, you know. The hook has a curse word if you need, you know, if you need a clean version, I'll get you the clean version, you know.
Not on this show.
But basically, you know, it's a song that's almost like a thesis in a way, you know, of like liberation. And you know, it's still hard. It's still like an MC flow. It is an MC flow, but at the same time, there's a deep message lying, you know, beneath the surface.
How did you come up with the title?
So basically, the producer that I work with for the song, his name is Zen Medina. He's from Queens. He actually came up with the title. He said it was a title that he always wanted to name something, and it was his beat. So I said, all right, you know, usually I name my songs, you know. But working with other people, I've just really learned to let go and allow other people to be their fullest creative selves as well. So he came up with the title, and that's what we kept.
Excellent. Do you mind if I play a minute snippet of that song?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we're going to drop that for you guys right now. You can listen, and then we'll be right back.
In the middle of the storm is where legends are born. Triple quick jump shot when the pressure is on. Finger roll, lay it up before the seconds are gone. Crossover break, ankles watch them slip and they fall. I say que que. They frontin', they don't know who I am. I say que que. They buggin', got a roach in their pants, that's all I get. A middle finger and bigger threats when all I did was give my energy and time to invest. But que lo que? You sound so sad and upset, but que lo cree? Show me where it hurts when you stress. Okay. Analog tape, press and rewind. Learn if you can treat the heart, then you can heal the mind. See, sometimes the best way to fight's to not fight at all. The greatest samurai doesn't have to raise his sword. What comes around goes around, you get what you deserve. Only laws I respect are the laws of the universe. Fire melts metal, metal chops wood. Air agitates fire, makes it hard to stay put. Wood breaks the earth, earth absorbs water. Water quenches fire and the fire is enormous. These rhymes is like alkaline, feel it in your organs. I summon the creator, spit venom, then record it. Running off the plantation, we want the land back. We want the motherfucking land, we want the land back. We want our gold and the land back. Stand back, our whole history was ransacked. Damn facts, we know the truth, we want the land back. Been running this a long time running off the plantation, I got another one. This how I rip an MC, it's called crouching guile, hitting gold key. Authentic, kinetic, electromagnetic. No exceptions, raw like no contraceptive. Breaking down the defense, Fibonacci sequence. Carving out this thesis, a literary genius. PhD flow, rhythm tectonic. Lyrics sick, autobiopic, bubonic. Before we was knocking, now we kicking doors in. Wake 'em up like a rooster crowing in the morning. Haters in a coffin, turn them into porcelain. Here before Columbus, survived all the torment. Mastered the lightning, entered the dragon. Saw beyond mirrors, yeah, made it past the daggers. Heard it all before, so trust me, you don't wanna battle. I'll leave a hole in your soul before you load your ammo. I'm the yin and the yang, nail on the star spangle. Murder rappers on TV, leave a star strangle. That's how I honor you, elementary particle. Only thing that matters is nothing is impossible, including harming you. But I'd rather sponsor you. Next time you throw us up, I'll maybe write a song for you. Rhymes is like alkaline, feel it in your organs. I summon the creator, spit venom, then record it. Running running off the plantation. We want the land back. We want the motherfucking land. We want the land back. We want our gold and the land back. Stand back. Our whole history was ransacked. Damn facts. We know the truth. We want the land back. Running been running this a long time. Running off the plantation. I got another one. This how I rip an MC. It's called crouching Gallo, hitting go key.
Your fighting style is good, but not quite like water. You lack many elements to be a great MC. If you want, I can teach you.
Sweet Vibrations is the official sponsor of the Sayith Loud Hoe Bag. Yes, they are. If you didn't know, Sweet Vibrations is an adult boutique that delivers innovative lifestyle products and embraces the taboo of sexual wellness instead of hiding it. Simply put, they inspire each and every one of us to embark on our own sexual wellness journey. Whether it's the girl's best friend, a little pixie, the perfect match, or tulips, there's something for everyone. And you deserve something sweet. So visit their website at www.sweetvibe.toys. Use our Sayith Loud discount code, LOUD, LOUD, for discounts. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Sweet Vibrations. I mean, ladies, we all deserve a good vibe. All right, we're back. So I like the song. I was vibing to it. I definitely, listened to the snippet, and I was like, just like everything you do. What's next? Like, what's next for this project, and what's next? Like, where do you see it going, and like, what do you want to do with it? Because I think having a vision for your project and your work kind of gives you like a track or a highway to where you want to take it. So like, where do you see this project going?
I see it doing a lot of different things. And, the vibe that I've been on musically lately, because my last project that I put out last year, it took 5 years to complete that one. Since then, I've just decided that I want to complete projects way more frequently and provide them more frequently. So, I have a whole album ready to go. We just did the last song. I'm just waiting for the last waves of the last song, but it's finished. In terms of what it's about, it has there's a common thread, and freedom does come up, which is it's an extreme progression within the album in terms of the storytelling. But I speak about different things like the schools I teach in. I speak about the group homes that I've worked in or the shelters, and I tell stories within spaces where I've worked or like things I've experienced along the way as an educator or as a person who works within the schools. So there's one song that I have with Abio Dune from the Last Poets, who basically we had put out a song which we released on the Guerrilla Republic mixtape and the GGR mixtape, and we had put that out, and I wanted to put it on the album, so I have that song. So it was previously released, but I didn't
re-release it.
Yeah, like I didn't put it on my own project, and then also it was only I think maybe 2 years ago that we put it out. But basically, we filmed the video for it, which we haven't released the video. So I just gotta film my part, and we're gonna have a video for that as well. There's several songs on the album that I think it's more of a personal listen.
Right.
I think it's definitely for people who are for those who are definitely familiar with my work, and they'll definitely get something a little more in depth,
right.
Than other projects. And this is gonna be one of many to come. Like I want to keep releasing music that has quality in it. I have a production by Breakbeat Lou on this album as well, because I had him on the last album, and this one. For those that don't know, Breakbeat Lou is a pioneer in production. He's done so much, with with break beats, introducing certain sounds for producers to be able to use. So if you look up Ultimate Breaks and Beats, you'll see Break Lou. He works with hieroglyphics right now. He does really incredible stuff. Works with dope people, and he's taught me some things. And working with him for this album again was really dope. So he's on that, and the rest is Zen Medina and one beat produced by Frankie P.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing that you could pull all those people together and pull all those different talents together. And I think that's what I appreciate about the music. That's one thing.
Thank
also, for people that haven't listened and only just heard the snippet here today, I definitely think your music always comes with a message, you know, and I can appreciate that. Like you being a storyteller and telling a story, but then your story having a message to it. You know what I mean? And then creating a project that just like, yeah, it's a personal listen, but you're sitting and you're thinking, but you're also bopping your head and enjoying it all at the same time, which is a talent in itself.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
you for that.
That's dope. That's not an easy thing to do, because there's a lot of people out here that are, you know, the beats are good and the words are good, but you're not really saying anything. And then you know what I mean? And then it's the other way around. Like you're saying a whole lot, but nobody wants to hear. So finding that balance, I think you've managed to find that too. Finding that balance to be able to tell a story and be a storyteller and engage someone to listen, but also like, all right, I'm bopping my head and I'm moving with, you know what I mean? And sync that all up. That's not an easy job to do, you know? So I can definitely respect that and respect the work that goes into that. Tell us about the videos you got coming. Are you directing these videos?
Yes. I'm directing the next few videos I'm doing. I have several in progress, and if people are familiar with my work, which if you're not, it's cool, and I definitely invite you to be a part of the Sun Tribe. You know what I'm saying? We all together. But basically, you know, I have several in progress that I wanted to release sooner, but you know, I've always believed in quality, and sometimes it takes me longer. You know,
right.
There's some videos, to be honest, like there's a video I put out called Culture Shock. That video took me a few years, you know, to do, because it was like so many countries, so much filming, so many people. For this album particularly, I wanted to do something based on what I've heard in terms of feedback. And one of the things I heard in terms of my last album was that people were so amazed with the features, but they definitely wanted to hear more of me. You know, they wanted to hear more of like solo songs, you know, because the people who do know me, they know me personally.
Yeah, and you can hold it down by yourself, I gotta tell you.
Thank you. So that's why I just did this last song, that's why I put it where I do the hooks, I do the verses, you know, and the producer, he does the outro.
Right.
So that voice that's at the end, that's the person who produced the track, Zen Medina. And just in general, throughout the album, there's more solo songs. I only have 2 vocal features. One is Abi Odun from The Last Poets, and the other one is Maya Azucena, who was also on the album last time. And she's a, you know, Grammy Award winner. She's super dope. And, you know, she blessed my last project, and I have this other song, which is the last song we're really trying to fix and make right. But other than that, it's just me, and she's on the hook. So I have an interlude, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like a dope project. What goes into like now marketing an album like that? Because I think that's another thing that like for a lot of artists that I work with and that I talk to, I meet so many talented people, and I'm just like, how can I help? What can I do? And I feel like when it comes to like getting their projects to the level that they need to be, or just in the mainstream where they need to be, that becomes the part that gets difficult for them. And it's sad, because I know artists that are like so talented. I'm like, this just needs to drop at the right place at the right time with the right team, and it'll take off. So like, how do you do that now? Like where like, if you could work with anyone, who would you want to work with to get that project where it needs to be right now?
That's such a great question. That's an amazing question.
I'm a fan. I'm telling you, I'm a fan. That's why you're here. And I feel like you have, like, there's definitely that potential there to be like on, you know, 105.1 or Hot 97 or streaming. It's there. The work is there. And so I think it's important, like, just things got to line up, and the universe needs to be in the right place at the right time. But if you could work with any artist, who would that be?
Man. Oh man, you mean like collaboration wise?
Yeah, collaboration wise.
Okay. Well, in terms of the marketing that you, I think that that's a really huge question, because what I learned from the last project was that I focused so much on the art, which, is important. And then as soon as I was ready to release the album, it felt like a whole new world of marketing. I was like, oh, yeah. It was 5 years. It was 5 years since my last project. So when I was like, whoa, like it was mind-boggling, because then I was like, man, it's changed so much even in just those last few years, that I just had to, just do a lot of learning, do a lot of getting up to date with different things. And then doing that, now I see more what it takes. It's just a lot of it. Like, I have certain connections where I know I can make things happen. It just involves a lot of bread. Like, because there's marketing teams. People get paid to, do it.
To do it,
yeah. And it's just, even what I'm realizing, to do it on the highest level, what I really, 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 really want, and I know it could be done. It's just a matter of money. I know that's just it. But I'm talking about getting things on billboards and buses and getting when people see it everywhere beyond just me sharing it, to where they don't have to go to my social media to see I put something out. Then it's really out there. But that just takes the funding support. So right now I'm really working on putting together, I guess, a full portfolio of my work and what I've done, and then really just getting the right people on board to follow through. Yeah. Because I've had people support, and for the last project, I don't know if I could really say their name, but there was a big label that was willing to do the marketing for the album. It just cost bread, because before it would be where the labels would give you money, and then you eventually owe that money, But I've never wanted to be in that position with nobody. So in that kind of situation, they were willing to do the work. It's just I had to put it together.
Right.
And at that time, I was like, I'm gonna figure this out.
Well, it's a lot of money too. We're not talking about money. We're talking about we'll do it for you, but we're gonna do it for you. That's car money, house money. We're talking about that. So it's not an easy thing to do, and I think that a lot of artists struggle with that, you know what I mean? Because they have talent, but they don't just it's not as feasible as people think to just get up and say, okay, what comes next? You know what I mean? There's a whole nother business besides the creativity and the artistry behind it. There's also a whole business behind it. And then you kind of learn it, and you got to learn it fast, and nobody teaches you. You're kind of learning as you go. Especially now with things changing so often. You know what I mean? We went from selling, I'm old, so we went from selling mixtapes and tapes and CDs to now all right, well, we're just going to stream your music, right? So, how do artists make money from that? And how do they grow from that if they don't have the backing, especially as independent artists, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to lose that creativity in your work either, right? You don't want to get watered down. So it's a slippery slope and a thin line that you got to make, really sensible decisions in doing that. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So I was stalking your Instagram, and I saw you with Alexandra Cortez, who is she's all over the place. So how did that happen? How did you get there? How did that happen? How did you meet her? Because she's everywhere, right? She's at this and, she's on the house floor, and she's coming straight from the Bronx and talking not for the people. She's one of the people, you know what I mean? And the voice. So how did that happen? Because I think that's dope. When I talk about alignment and having yourself in the right place at the right time, how did that come about?
Yeah, that was really powerful. I actually got invited by Milka, a dear friend of mine, who basically, people call her my mom, because we be joking, we be having a joke. If you ever see her and say my name and mention that, it'd be mad funny. But she's really dope, and her children are like my siblings. So, she actually basically has been volunteering and working with Alexandra's campaign, doing work with her. So she sent me an invitation and said, hey, she's going to be at this residential building doing this kind of work with the community. I think you should, come through. It was an invitation. And I had never received an invite to be in a space with her. So I was like, man, I'm definitely gonna be there. Like I had things to do, but I was gonna be there. So I went, and you know, the first thing was that it was a lot of people there. It was basically it was a building in the Bronx. It was so close to where I was, you know, it was really close. So it just, everything made sense. I was like, it's not far, it's right there. So she came in, and the first thing she did, she walked in, and I was outside, like we were trying to get inside, you know, we had to wait for the residents of the building to go in first. And she said hi to everybody. She shook everybody's hand, like everybody in the aisle, one-on-one. Like she came up to me and she introduced herself to me as if she needs to. And I was like, wow, like that's so crazy. And that was really sweet. And then she spoke to everyone, and I filmed it. And then after it was over, you know, we were the last ones there. I was with Milka and, you know, her partner Jay, and, you know, we were just there, and there were other people. And basically it was nice. Like I got to talk to her, and she made time. Like she spoke to a number of people, and I imagine she's very busy, but I got to speak to her specifically about several questions that I've been wanting to ask her personally, which, you know, had to do with the independence of Puerto Rico, and talking about Palestine, and talking about certain political issues. And there's certain things I've read and I've seen her say that I just wanted to just ask her for myself. It was just like, those are just important topics to me, and this was pre-quarantine and everything. And she answered, like she spoke with me like, with no fear to speak about it.
That's dope.
You know, it's just so...
That's amazing.
Talk, and also too experience for me to get a little bit more detailed, the politics of things that have to do, like, you know, we spoke about a plebiscite, which, you know, was important, which is a type of, you know, a vote, you know, for people to decide their own status on the island, whether statehood or, you know, remain a colony or independent. And that's a really important vote. And, you know, we got to basically, it's an important discussion because, you know, a vote, especially a mass vote, would be that a lot of people on the island, unfortunately, you know, are not educated on their own history. You know, we don't know ourselves. So to ask whole people to vote their future who are purposely miseducated is misleading. You know, so it would only make sense for, you know, certain groups of people who've done the work, who are willing, and just certain things to play a bigger role in either educating or finding a way for the island to decide its own fate. Which, you know, as we can see, and even as we were just mentioning with the coronavirus, we see how over time the government has responded to certain things. And I've been doing a lot of reading during this quarantine and studying a lot of history, and we see that this is an ongoing thing. This is stuff that they promised to the native indigenous people that were here, things that they'll say, hey, we'll take care of you, we want to do this. They make an agreement and then they don't keep it. And then they propose another agreement that works in their favor, and then they don't keep that. And over hundreds of years, you see this continued pattern of it's about what I want and it's less about what other people want, and especially when they're in positions of power.
And people of color. Let's keep 100 when there's people of color, because like I feel the same way about Puerto Rico. I feel that, you know, things have been happening lately as far as like the need that the country needs, right? After following the hurricanes, the earthquakes, the coronavirus, things like that. And it's almost like it's forgotten. You know what I mean? There's not enough noise. There's not enough support. There's not enough education to the people where they can make the decisions. And, you know, it almost takes a backseat to the politics. Like there's not real people living there, right? And like, this is not real life. So I definitely think that there needs to be as many advocates as possible, right, for each other, and as much voice as possible, because, you know, no one's going to say anything if they don't. And if no one says anything, this is how America works. If no one says anything, if there's not enough noise, if there's not enough, you know, media, if somebody's not shamed almost, then the government doesn't step in and do anything, right? It's almost like we got to force your hand and call you out for you to realize, you know, what people's God-given rights are. So I definitely think that like the more we can bring awareness and the more we can get people involved at every level, from like the people in the community all the way up to speaking to somebody like Alexandra, who's like can then take that voice and live that and then go share it with the people that need to know is important. That's important. Otherwise there's a divide. There's the people at the bottom and the people at the top, and the information doesn't get passed along.
Yeah. You know, she's doing really amazing work, you know. Yeah. And, you know, Norhano Mars also doing really incredible work. Those two women, from like the work that they're doing is really inspiring, because to go within the system to really try to push liberatory work or speak on behalf of people, or try to make sure certain people are spoken up for in an entire systematic an entire system that basically is structured in such a way where it's really hard to even try to go through that, navigate that, and even be successful in, you know, basically representing people. And those are two women. I haven't met Samar, you know, but meeting Alexandria for me was like just another level. And, and you know, I definitely, there's different ways I get involved in my community, you know, and I've been involved since I was young in different ways without realizing it. Since I was a teenager, just doing different community service things, and then getting involved in programs. But now at this point, for me, you know, we have to use our time wisely. And, you know, since the future seems uncertain, we have to be very aware of what is happening, and it is very hard when you have actual psychopaths that are in so much power that they actually, you know, will do all the things like lie and speak to you in a certain way, where, you know, they gaslight you and make you feel like, you know, there's this cognitive dissonance where they act like they care about you, but you know that they don't. And obviously that's been, you know, stereotyped for a long time, but it's gotten gravely impactful to the point that, you know, as we see, this has been affecting everyone, you know, what's happening now. And I definitely hope we can not only make it through, but make it stronger, and realize that we really have to hold each other down. And people have been supporting each other, which is really beautiful. People have sent donations and have been very supportive, and, you know, people need support, like this show right here, you know, what you're doing, the kind of work that you're really trying to give people a platform for them to be heard and share their work and do things like that. Like, there's different ways that we all contribute. I love contributing through my music and my art, you know. I feel that the actual being and the music process is part of a legacy that will be left. You know, that I can at least say I always put my heart in it. I always went as hard as I could, and I did as much as I could with as many people as I could, you know, to reach as many as I could. And I want to be satisfied in that.
All right, so we are with Intikana, who came back to grace us with his presence and talk about his new project, the album that's dropping soon, the single that came out for us last night, but that's streaming this week, that you guys can all go and listen to. Tell them the name of the single again.
Crouching Gallo, Hidden Coqui is the name of the new song. And you can go on all digital platforms. Just look up that song, Crouching Gallo, spelled Gallo. Hidden Coqui, spelled Coqui. And basically, my name is Intikana, so just look up my name, Intikana, and I'm gonna have the song up on my website by today for free download. So if anyone wants to download it for free, you can download it for free, and if you want to donate, you can donate. But it'll be on all platforms. If you go to my social media, go to Instagram, just look up Intikana, and you'll see I have the link in my bio. And definitely follow me. I'll follow you back, you know, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, Snapchat. I got Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. I got, definitely go on my YouTube channel, Intikana TV. That's super important.
You got like a whole TV thing going on.
Oh, that's yeah. I'm really looking to build that right now. Right now we're at over 200,000 views on our channel. which I had a previous channel which had close to 50,000. So it's almost 250,000 views on just those two channels. And all together with all the videos I've done, probably has about 500,000 views. So independently, you know, that's pretty good. And that's good considering the fact that, you know, the mainstream media has ignored me for the most part. But it's okay because we're gonna build even more. I mean, I
yeah, definitely, for sure.
TV stuff, but yeah, we're gonna get it to the furthest. This show is gonna propel and grow, and you're gonna be super successful with this. And you know, the projects that we continue to put forward are gonna just improve and be even better. And we're gonna leave some strong, you know. So
yeah, definitely. So what's next for Intikana? What's going on next? What can we look forward to from you?
Well, I'm going to be putting out a lot of projects, you know. I want to talk about all of them, but I've been realizing that with all the spaces to talk about them, I've been keeping them silent until they're coming out. So I got this album coming out. I have a poetry album coming out, and I will be... Oh man, you don't make me say this on the show.
We don't have to say it. I mean, you could just come back when the project launches, and you know, you say it here with us. But definitely, I want people to definitely know that there's music coming, there's poetry coming, there's videos coming. You know what I mean?
Videos coming. I have documentaries, which there's one that I had already did. We just got to put it out, which we wanted to do an event, but since you know things are the way are, we're gonna put it out online. So I got to put that online. And I'm gonna be dropping a lot more content. What I've been working on too is creating a way for me to put out that content. Like we were speaking about the marketing, that's such a huge part.
Right.
So I've been really working on that a lot. But once I get on a very consistent road, like very regularly, because what I've noticed, people are releasing, or at least the successful ones, are putting things out at least like 3 times a week. Videos. Yeah. Putting out videos at least 3 times a week. And that is such a big commitment. That's consuming. That's very, you need support. And you know, I'm gonna get to that. I want to do more frequently, like before.
I think also that's a good segue into kind of for us to talk about people being able to donate to you and donate to projects that people do and artists. I think a lot of people don't understand. Like they like, even for me with Sayith Loud, they like the content. You know what I mean? And they're like, no, I listen. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. They don't understand that it takes time. You know, and time is money. Right. And so, you know, when artists are asking for you to make a donation or to contribute or to buy an album, it's not because we didn't put our own money and our own time and our own effort into building this so that you could enjoy it. And I think right now, given the climate, especially with Corona, it's also made me realize that we never respect artists that much. You know what I mean? It's always like, they got to get to this pivotal point where we're looking at the artist and saying we're willing to pay. But like the reality is everybody's home. If we didn't have artistry, if we didn't have writers, if we didn't have music, if we didn't have media, if we didn't have books, if we didn't have movies right now, we'd all be sitting here going crazy. So the same things that you're enjoying, it takes people to do that work. And part of, you know, people giving back to us as artists is saying, okay, you know what, this is what it would cost me, you know, to eat out, or this is what it would cost me for a Metro card, or this is what it would cost me, you know, if I went into a store and I bought tickets to go see a show. And so think about that when you're thinking about artists, and we ask, I say we, because me too, but when we ask to make a donation or to give, because we're putting out our work there to you guys, and it costs us and we get nothing.
Yeah.
You don't get anything. You know what I mean? It's like people, the rich people are rich now, but you know, that's a real thing, like selling out the trunk of your car. That's what it feels like as an artist. And so I think I think we need to have that conversation so people understand, because people are like, if I could get it for free, I'll take it. But that's 3 times a week of somebody saying, okay, I need to make a video, I need to record it, I need to think of the content, I need to edit it, I need to get it up there, I need to manage it. Like, that's work. And that costs time is money. So just to all my listeners, whenever you see an artist and you're like, I don't know if I want to pay for that, think about what it took them to put that work together so that you could indulge in it.
Yeah, and you know too, what I've also been realizing is, you know, before even like how we would like barter things, you know, like for example, donations are a huge deal, and you know, if people want to donate to what I'm doing, You know, you can go to my Cash App, which is $Intikana, Intikana, and you can also go on Venmo, Intikana, and also go on PayPal, which is Intikana@gmail. That's my email, so you can send it straight there. So if you want to donate, that'll go straight to me. Excuse me. And the donations do allow me to do this work where if you see I'm putting together a large body of work, and I have a lot of work which I'm going to be putting out now. So basically the donations are investments in me as an artist to be able to put out more. And also too, you know, if you're not able to donate money or provide it that way right now, you know, there's a lot of ways you could definitely help. You know, if you subscribe to my YouTube, if you subscribe to all my social platforms, and if you, you know, encourage other people to subscribe, you know, and, you know, get on the email list and do any marketing promotion. If you have access to resources, you know, that you can help lend toward a project, you know, or if you have contacts that you know that can help move things along on a higher level, that also helps. You know, you can still hear me? You can hear me? I can't hear you. But if you can't hear me, I'll just talk. But basically, yeah, so, you know, that's a huge deal. And for us to be able to sustain ourselves, be able to financially be able to be all right, that's a huge deal. So we need more revenue streams, you know. Things are available for free right now, so the game is oversaturated. So, you know, you could definitely, if someone's oh, now I can hear you. You still hear me?
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, yes. So, you know, now people get content for free, you know, but, you know, there's other ways. So that's what we have to think. And, you know, as we love our brother Nipsey, who passed away, certain people who represented certain things, what he spoke about, which we, you know, if we really love him, we gotta like really look at the lessons he left for us, talking about assets, financial assets, to be able to build our business up, so we are not at the mercy. Because in school, what we're taught to be are workers. Right. School teaches us to be a worker, and at best, at the highest level of education, you'll just get a really good job where you work for someone else who you basically propel their vision, and you're at the mercy of them, you know, where
it becomes a hamster wheel. You can't get out of it either.
Yes, because then, you know, especially as you start to build family and things like that, then you're really dependent on that money. You got to make sure that you can continue to provide, and people need stability, you know. And being an artist, especially now more than ever, it's a lot more challenging. But I'm really invested in how to learn how to get on those higher levels and be around more people who are already there, because the information's there, and if we're not there yet, it just has to do with there's still things we have to learn, and there's still lessons we have to apply. You know, with all the time that we put into our craft, like I've been doing this, honestly, my first performance of any kind, you know, performing in front of people was like I was 7 years old. My first rap performance, I was 14. So it's been a long time and a long period of many years of dedicating myself to this. And at this point, you know, I want to work smarter, and I'm still willing to work hard. You know, I just want to really think ahead and be like, all right, do I really want to continue on the hamster wheel? No. What I want to do is think about, all right, when I'm in this situation in the future, you know, how do I put myself in a more powerful position? If we're financially capable of determining our own future and our own and being financially secure, then when other situations come that don't respect us, that put us down, that don't value who we are, we don't have to be in a desperate situation to say yes just because we need it. Instead, we could be like, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. This is not good enough for me because you're not treating me a certain way when I'm dedicating this, you know. And it could be a certain job where, you know, bosses a lot of time, or people, supervisors, you know, they sometimes really go in their position, and they forget that if it wasn't a position and you was acting like that way outside in the street, it wouldn't go well. Right. You know, but because they're put in a position of, I'm over you, I'm the boss. Right. Yeah, they enact that, and to me, and I've met dope leaders, and dope leaders are not like that. Dope leaders are not trying to make you succumb to their power. You know, like great leaders are trying to make you better and make it an enjoyable experience and have peaceful vibes. And you know, like when things go wrong, they're calm and cool and collected under pressure. Like those are leaders. Leaders are not like, yo, what are you doing? You're doing things wrong, like how people do. So we just always have to be self-aware and value ourselves, you know. So I definitely support what you're doing. If you're listening and you're supportive of Karyn Elle, you love what she's doing, make sure you support, show her love, share her links, like, comment, subscribe to anything she's doing. You know, that's important. That's important.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Intikana, for coming by and blessing us with some knowledge, for just sharing the game with us and your energy and all the work that you're doing. I think that it's amazing that you're so talented, but that you take that talent and actually do something with it to support your community and the people and the kids, but then still bring your artistry. And that's 110% what I support. So thank you for sharing that with all of us and gracing us with your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for, you know, dedicating yourself and being yourself in what you're doing. And, you know, I wish you much success, and thank you for allowing me the space to talk about my new song. We'll definitely go download that, stream that, you know, and looking forward to more success to your show.
Oh, thank you so much. I am going to have Intikana's links on my website and my blog page, so you'll be able to see it there. I'm also going to post it on my social media. So if you can't find him for whatever reason, find me. There'll be a link there for him. Intikana, you're welcome to come back anytime you like and talk about the projects that you're doing. Like I said a million times, I'm a fan. I love the poetry. I love the music. I love the visuals.
Thank you.
You know, I think as much as you can do and get out and share with the people about the talent and the stories that you're telling, the better off the world is going to be. So I say don't stop. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace, everybody. Much love and infinite success. Love them and stay blessed.
Thank you.
How did I bring my dreams alive? Why, with a Anchor podcast, of course. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor does the hard work and distributes your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money with your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Hey, thank you all for joining me for another episode of Sayith Loud, y'all. We got a lot of good things coming up. Excuse if there were any technical difficulties on this particular episode. As artists, with the corona right now, we are finding alternate ways to contact and host interviews and invitations and things like that, where we would normally be in person. We just can't do that. So forgive me for any technical issues. We did the best we could here. What's next for Sayith Loud? July 3rd, I believe. I'll double check the date, but July 3rd, we are dropping our Sayith Loud subscription. That's right. It's going to be like a Patreon. You get behind the scenes. You get discounts on merch. You get gifts. You get to be in raffles for prizes for a nominal fee per month. And you get more content, right? So you get like this private one-on-ones with me, as well as more content, more episodes that are coming out directly to you when you become a Sayith Louder subscriber. So yeah, we saying it loud, but then there's a little louder for those of y'all that want more. So that's dropping July 3rd. July 3rd, we also have season 2 coming up. So we've got through this season. Season 2 is coming up. It's going to be more crazy, more fire, more interview, more guests, more fuckery. So definitely look forward to that. July. Right now, we also have the website. So if you haven't visited our website, go ahead, go check that out. That's www.sayithloud.com. If you're looking for me on social media, I am just about everywhere. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Sayith Loud, and I am Karyn Elle. We out here. Definitely tag me, talk to me. I love hanging out with all of you guys. There's merch up on the website. So if you haven't copped yourself something from Sayith Loud, there's everything from t-shirts to towels to mugs to you name it, we got it. So definitely go cop yourself something. Rep the brand. Sayith Loud is growing, and we are growing fast, y'all. And so I need bigger equipment, more. We got YouTube, we got videos, we got more guests, we got a lot more going. And my poor little MacBook is dying a slow death because it's from 20. I don't even want to tell y'all from when, because you're gonna be like, really, Kay? So definitely go to the website, www.sayithloud.com. You can make a donation. And I know you're like, damn, Karyn, a donation? Yeah, because I do all this for nothing. And so as an artist and a content producer, a curator, everything that you give me goes right back into my business so that I can give you more. So yes, if you can go make a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. Anything from $1 to whatever your heart desires, go ahead, so that I can bring you the content that you need. Right? So that's what we're doing, and that's what we do as artists. If you're interested in booking Karyn, Sayith Loud, hosting a show, anything like that, where I can get involved with your project or what you're doing, or if you're looking for advertisement for your own project or show or company, we definitely have advertisement space. So definitely go to the website, hit me up for that on the Say It To Me tab, and I'll get you some rates, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do to get your marketing and your brand done. Also, Sayith Loud is not just a podcast, y'all. It's not just a podcast. It's actually a small boutique management company, and there's a lot of other good stuff up there, from photography and videos to projects to consulting and things like that, branding, you name it. So definitely go check out the website and all things Karyn Elle, all things Sayith Loud. The blog is popping off. It'll be updated soon, so if you're looking for anything regarding my guest, it'll all be up there for you. We out. Let's go.